What's up guys, Miticus here, bringing you week 1 of the UPC's 3rd season. Today we go against Coach Fallop. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not 100% sure, but he is the coach of the Dewford Drapions. I want to make sure that's correct. I want to make sure I get his team name correct, but I'm pretty sure he is the Dewford Drapions. He is the Dewford Drapions. It's kind of a tongue twister. And what a nasty looking team he has. Scary Metagross. We have Manaphy, Entei, Nidoking, Mega Pidgeot, and Miss Magius. Now, as you can see from my team, got a lot of bulk. And honestly, not really any hard hitters. I drafted this season with the sole intent of just building a very bulky team. Typically, I try to make my teams balanced. In some other leagues, I went fully offensive. But in this league, I wanted to go very defensively. And of course, I picked up a few offensive threats along the way. But I think I may have made a mistake. I'm going to go ahead and say it now. I think I've made a big mistake. But with that being said, I want to give a big shout out to Fallop and the Dewford Drapions for being the first team that I fought in the UPC. And big shout outs to the commissioners of the UPC for letting me join this season. Going to go ahead and start this off, and I am going to turn that volume down because that was extremely loud. So let's turn that music off. And we're going to go normally here for a few minutes. My lead was Cresselia. I thought he may go with the Metagross here, and I'm carrying Shadow Ball on this Cresselia and hopes to hit the Metagross decently hard. He did not go Metagross. He went Entei, and Entei right out of the gate puts a lot of pressure on my team. As you'll also notice, we actually both did our teams wrong. So with a custom game, you cannot put the Mega Stone on your Pokemon during your team prep, because when you start the game, it'll automatically make them a Mega. We both messed up and did that, so we both started out with me Mega Venusaur and him Mega Pidgeot. Probably helps me out a lot better than it helps him out, but in the end, you'll kind of see it. It doesn't really make that big of a difference with the outcome of the match. So again, this Entei is putting an instant amount of pressure on my team. So he does a Sacred Fire, does 52%. I just did a Moonlight to kind of scout out what kind of set he might be running. Go ahead and switch out, go into the Ditto, transform. Sacred Fire is still going to do a tremendous amount. I was better off staying with Cresselia. And at this point, I basically have put my Ditto in a terrible position, and I would have really been okay in this battle if I had been able to preserve this Ditto. But I did not preserve this Ditto. I did not keep it healthy. Instead, I go for a Stone Edge thinking it's going to do a tremendous amount of damage, and it does, but nowhere near the amount that I thought it would. In return, he gives me another Sacred Fire to the face, and I drop Ditto, and I'm down 5-4 in the 3rd turn of this match. So I send out Cresselia because I know Cresselia can take some hits, and I think, oh, Miss Magius, well, I have Shadow Ball, I can hit this thing pretty good, but I Moonlight. I Moonlight for some stupid reason. I thought that it might outspeed me. I was just going to kind of scout for what it had, but instead I wasted my turn, and I went ahead and withdrew because I thought, well, this Shadow Ball I'm about to eat is going to feel terrible. Instead, he subs. See that green little thing? That's a sub. And that right there is how I perish. We're going to speed it up here because there's not a lot to see. This sub Mismagius is just going to cause a lot of havoc. And I made a big misplay. You'll see here shortly that I did not put an Eviolite on my Porygon. I ran leftovers on him because I am a pro league player. I am so good that I thought leftovers Porygon 2 would be much better than a Eviolite Porygon 2. So as you can see, I send out Zapdos here because I know Zapdos is going to take this Hurricane like a champ. He's going to get some Leech Seed recovery. And I'm thinking, okay, well, this is Mismagius. He's gone. He doesn't have the sub anymore. I've kind of, taken a few hits off of Pidgeot. And then this Nidoking comes out. And I think, well, what does this Nidoking have for my Zapdos? Well, that's what he has. He's able to trap me in here, can't Volt Switch, have to Hard Switch out into my Porygon, and this is where the Eviolite is it could have really helped. Could have really helped because this crit destroys Porygon's life. I think that I'm much better with an Eviolite. So Crest comes in, he misses the Mega Horn, I Moonlight. Doesn't really matter too much. It really doesn't, because this guy right freaking here comes back in, and he's an issue. He just instantly becomes an issue. He subs again. You know what he starts doing now? You'll never guess. He Calm Minds, and I can't do anything. It takes like 3 Giga Drains to break this sub. Frustration is setting in. I'm realizing that this bulky team is just going to flop. This entire season is going to flop because I drafted like a 9-year-old. I mean, it was terrible. I don't know what I was thinking. Mega Venusaur is great. Cresselia is great. Zapdos is great. Porygon 2 great. But they need offensive power to support them. And that's not what I gave them. I gave them a Rampardos, which is okay. Rampardos isn't bad. But he's not going to support a team offensively. And Ditto would have been great because, as you see, I could have thrown him in on this Mismagius and maybe worked some magic. Possibly. It would have at least gave me a chance. But I let Ditto drop way too early, and it really screwed me. And I didn't put Eviolite on Porygon 2, which really screwed me. And this battle at this point just will not end fast enough. He's maxed out almost. He's very close to being maxed out. He will get maxed out eventually. Porygon, he can't touch, but why would I just keep my Porygon in there just to make this battle longer? So at this point I'm like, alright, let's start wiping the floor. Let's get these guys out of here. Cresselia is gone. Zapdos takes a big hit. I'm proud of Zapdos for taking that hit. Took it like a man. Volt switched out, trying to break the sub, trying to do anything I can to let Mega Venusaur come back in and put a dent. Maybe at least save my differential. But it just doesn't happen, guys. It doesn't happen because, you know why? Because I drafted terribly. And I team built terribly. My team, honestly, it sucks. Just to be honest. Look, there he goes. Max everything. Well, whatever matters, Special attack and special defense. That's all this thing needs to wipe everything out. Rampardos, substitute. Can Rampardos take a Shadow Ball at +6 from Mismagius? No, that probably kills 10 Rampardos. Probably kills 12 of them. So here we go, Porygon, just to, make a showing. Like, hey, I'm here, I'm Porygon, I'm back. You can't touch me, but I can't do anything to you either. Venusaur takes a big Shadow Ball to the face. Bye-bye, Venusaur. You are my only hope that maybe I could do something crazy and come back and win. Zapdos, you're gone. Bye, bud. You took that big Shadow Ball, but you couldn't take 2. Porygon, he sits here, and guess what? I'm not going to just sit here and PP stall and whatever I could have done. I'm going to forfeit. I'm going to give Fallop and the Dewford Drapions a huge congratulations on their first win in the UPC this season. And I'm going to tuck my tail between my legs. I'm going to walk away from this battle like the 9-year-old boy that drafted this team. Alright guys, this is week 1. This is week 1 of the UPC for the Boston Beedrills. And we're going to try to do better next week, but I'm not going to plan on it. Not with this team that I drafted. Alright guys, leave a like in this video. Leave a like in Fallop's video. I will have his links in the description as long as I can muster up the actual links to put in there. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. And I will see you guys next week. Peace.